Hey, what's up? It's Mac and Dev. I'm Dev,
And I'm Mac with the sack.
and we're here to answer you guys' fans' questions. We're promoting Mac and Dev and Go to High School. That's the movie and soundtrack. Soundtrack comes out December 13th, so let's get into some of these fan questions, because that's what it's all about anyways, the fans.
This one is from Allison from Toledo, Ohio. She want to know what your favorite outdoor activity is.
My favorite outdoor activity would have to be gardening. Yeah, I like to work with the greens, and I got a nice little plant farm in the back
That's nice.
that I work with, and we go back there, and
So you into
just get in there.
vegetation?
Yeah, absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
the same thing I'm into. See, Allison, you found something that we both have in common, and that's vegetation. I do tomatoes and
Mhm,
cucumbers, watermelons.
absolutely. It's all
Yeah.
about having an assortment
hmm
of flavors. Amanda from Meridian, Mississippi wants to know what's something about you that we would be surprised to find out.
that I like to put juices and berries in my hair to keep my hair looking good and strong and smelling good. So when the ladies come get a hug from me, my hair smells like juices and berries.
And me, I don't like to walk around the house without socks on, cause that's just not cool, and fucking you can get sick and stuff like that. And just keep it cleaned up. Get you some nice
You
little
want what you got on, church socks or tube socks?
hemp socks.
Pimp socks?
Hemp,
There it
hemp
is there. But you know what? The real way to wear them is put on some tennis shoe socks and then put the pimp sock on top
on
of it.
top of it.
Hello.
So you athletic
There you
and
go.
pimptastic
At
at
the
the same
same time.
time. Ashley from Omaha, Nebraska wants to know who your biggest influences in the music industry are. Well, my biggest influence is this man right here, Snoop Dogg, sitting right next to me, hands down. Been since day one, not just because I'm cool with him, but because he's really that dude.
Oh, that's cold. I think my biggest music influence would probably be George Clinton, Bootsy Collins, guys from the old school, the guys that I grew up listening to, wanting to be like, and having a chance to work with them and getting the spirit from them. So music is good when you can, find somebody that you look up to and being able to work with them and get some more influence from them up close and personal. So those would be my guys.
Yeah.
Katie from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, she wants to know what was the first album you ever bought?
The first album I ever bought, I think it was an Alexander O'Neal Christmas CD.
You bought Alexander O'Neal Christmas?
Yeah, I
That was
did.
banging.
That was super banging.
He was the man back then.
Yeah,
How
that's
old
when
was
he
you?
was
You
running
was
it.
young.
Yeah, no, it was early '90s. It was
Okay.
around I was listening to it because my dad liked it.
That was
And
player music.
yeah, absolutely. And as a kid, it stood out to me. So like, I wanted to have that CD.
That's major.
Yeah, man, that was me.
The first album I ever bought was the first single I bought was Anita Ward, Ring My Bell. I bought it from the VIP. And then the first album I bought was Rick James, Busting Out. Well, all right, you squares, it's time to smoke. It'll make you
Too
dance to
great.
some of everything. That's what I bought Rick James album. I was young too. My mom was like, "Why you like Rick James so much?" I don't even know why I liked him so much. He had the braids in his hair.
It just meant something.
It really did.
Yeah, so you guys should just go out there and get those albums that inspired us when we were young, that, grew us up, and then make it happen. Jamie from Evansville, Indiana, do you enjoy old school hip hop or modern day hip hop the most?
I would say old school hip hop. I enjoy that the most because to me it was more creative. It was artists who had nothing to go off of. They had to create their own songs, their own ideas, their own sounds, their own everything, and it was nothing before them. So to me, the foundation is, more pleasurable to listen to. No disrespect to the new music, because the new music is going to different places and it's going, to different regions of the world. But it's something about that origination of where it came from. When you listen to the Sugar Hill Gang, or you listen to, Eric B. and Rakim first album, or NWA first album. When you hear those records for the first time, you see where this thing was, handcrafted and where it was built from.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I'm a big fan of the old school more, just because those people didn't have all the resources, and you could feel them like making something out of nothing, and the sounds that they created and the things that they sampled from is because they really didn't have anything else. So they were like the MacGyvers of hip hop, you know. So I really can't sleep on that. And just like you said, I'm part of the new school, so I love where it's going. But anybody who is who's really doing it now has to take from the old school and apply that to now to get, you know, to the future, because there's no new methods. Everything, you know, history repeats itself. So you gotta mimic the greats.
Nikki from Philadelphia, PA. She want to know what has been the craziest night of your life?
The craziest night of my life, I'd have to say, was last night, opening for the high school soundtrack and movie. Just seeing this whole thing, you know, come from a thought in our heads and be something that we really just believed in. Just two guys, two friends who believe in it and felt like the world would be as interested in it as we are. And we came together and we started, you know, what's going to be history. And yesterday was the beginning. So, you know, I would definitely say the last night is the craziest night.
That's special. Well, for me, I'd have to say the craziest night of my life was probably Soul Train Awards, early 90s. Because I was high as a motherfucker. And when I came on stage, everybody was screaming and singing my words, and my heart was beating fast. Then after I got off stage, I met Anita Baker. And everybody that I wanted to meet, I met him, and they knew who I was. That shit was crazy.
That was when you pulled up in the blue 6'4", yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember you jumped out.
I was high as a motherfucker, nephew.
And I met Anita Baker at the BET Awards, and and that was special to me too. Yeah, that was a beautiful thing.
Shout out to Anita Baker.
Yeah, shout out to her and her voice.
You hear me?
Danica from Jackson, Mississippi. Who's the most famous person in your cell phones? Oh man.
Who is the most famous person in my cell phone?
My mom's the most famous person.
Peachy, shout out to my homegirl,
Yeah.
Peachy Loke.
Everybody know Miss
Old
Peachy.
school Peachy Loke, my homegirl.
See, Snoop Dogg know her.
Come on now. I think the most famous person in my phone book would probably be let me see. Me.
There it is. On the top where it says your number.
Yeah.
Myself.
My profile.
Yeah.
Me. And Ariana from Birmingham, Alabama, she wants to know if you could collaborate with any current artist, who would it be?
See, I would much rather go into the past or do something with somebody I really, really.
Well, who would it be?
Prince, for sure.
Prince.
Yeah, I would do so. I would like get in the studio with Prince.
That's dope.
And
I would want to go to the
see
studio
create.
with Sade.
That would be excellent.
You know what I'm saying? Because I like the way she wear her hair in a ponytail.
Yeah, and it seemed like there would be some wild scented candles in there.
It'd be something going on, something real centric and
Yeah,
African
absolutely.
and Nubian and,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. Sade.
Sade-ish.
Yeah.
Jackie from Detroit wants to know, what was the first concert you ever went to?
First concert I ever went to was Run DMC, Houdini, LL Cool J, Fat Boys, Fresh Fest, 1983, Long Beach, California. When Run DMC couldn't perform because the homies tore that motherfucker up. You hear me?
First concert I seen was Puff Daddy and the Family.
Take that. Take that.
Take that all over the stage. Jay-Z was there, Foxy Brown was there, Busta Rhymes, Lil Kim.
That was real hip hop, huh?
Yeah, it was cool. It was right at the All About the Benjamins days. And I was young too. That was my first time. So it was pretty cool. I remember that. That
You had
stands
good
out.
seats?
We snuck down because we was kids, but my aunt, I had one of them cool aunts who was like, we gonna get down here. So she was like, yeah, we made it happen.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
Raymond from Missoula, Montana, want to know, out of all the tours you done, what has been your favorite?
My favorite tour, I'd have to say, was Wake and Bacon, just because it was my first tour. And I learned so much from that tour, you know, good and bad. I learned what not to do and what to do. And this sort of, you know, made me into the professional and the man that I am right now.
Who was on that tour with you?
Yellow Wolf was on that tour with me. Chevy and all my homies was on that tour with me. Shout out to Yellow Wolf too, because he's doing his thing now. His first album just came out.
Yes, sir.
He signed over there with Eminem and everything.
Yes,
so
sir.
you know, a lot of good came from that tour. A lot of great things.
Y'all blew up. Everybody that was out there got something going for themselves.
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
Experience. I'd have to say my favorite tour I ever been on was the Up and Smoke tour, because it was a chance for me and all my homeboys that I started with to get back together and to go on the road and do some fresh material and to do the old material, and it was theatrical. It was like a statement that we wanted to make. We wanted to show the world that the West Coast was not only known for making great music, but we wanted to have the greatest show to ever hit the stage. Like that was our mission, to have the greatest show ever to be brought to your eyes and ears, and I think we accomplished that. So that was my favorite move, was rolling on the Up and Smoke tour, and we smoked like a motherfucker. Oh,
I remember how theatrical that tour was, man. You guys had the props on stage, and like you guys really, really brought that thing to life, man. It was.
Shout out to Dr. Dre for being a musical genius behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Working alongside me, the man, the myth, the legend. Go ahead.
Tracy from Wilkes Bar.
Yeah, you say that.
Yeah, because it's a PA thing. Wilkes Bear. I'm going to say Bear. What's the most embarrassing moment on stage?
For me?
What's yours, yeah?
I came on stage and my pants was unzipped and my belt was too tight on this side. And I was doing like this. And that thing that killed John Wayne popped out. And I had to put him back in and keep rolling. My bad.
For me, mine ain't that great. I just tripped and fell and rolled on stage. Like a fool, just tripped. Nigga just got broke, dog.
You fell on stage?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I don't got none of them moments yet. I'm trying my best.
Don't do it.
I'm trying my damnedest not to get one of those.
And I wear like prescription glasses, and my glasses fell like clean over there, so I couldn't see. I was effed up in the game.
For real?
Yeah, pimped down for sure.
911, pimping stress.
Yeah, so we both. It's happened to both of us, but. What you can do is bounce back like we've both done and get High School when it comes out.
Yes, sir.
The soundtrack comes out on December 13th, and the movie comes out in February. Tell them a little bit what they can expect from the movie.
Man, you can expect a good time from the movie. Your main man, Mac with the sack, young Devin over there.
Yeah.
We going hard in the yard. We having a good time. We giving you something that you ain't seen in a long time. Just two homies having a good time on screen, enjoying life, being young, wild, and free. So be sure to go get it when it comes to a hood near you. We had the time of our life. Thank y'all for the questions. We hope you like the answers. Until we meet again, see you and wouldn't want to be you.
Peace.